Nithyanandam, and we are here ready to begin. If you are not yet on your yoga mat, now is the time. We are going to get this show on the road. Excited as we begin this yoga sequence, just as we do with every other Pratama, whether it's the Pratama Vinyasa Krama or any other Kailasa's Nithyananda yoga sequence. We will be performing the authentic beginnings of the ritual of yoga. First beginning with the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the Master, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, with the Sadguru Vandanam. And let us enter into the ritual of Kailasa's Nithyananda Yoga, Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamacharam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. And next we'll chant the Shiva Mula mantra 11 times internally. The Shiva Mula mantra, Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. The scriptures say, as you're chanting this internally, the tongue should not touch the upper or lower parts of the mouth or the back of the teeth. So we will chant this internally 11 times, but we will hear our Tantradharks chant this externally for us all to follow.
Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha.
Next we'll enter into the ritualistic cleansing, the Achamaniyam. Achamaniyam, you'll take your Panchapatram and Udarni of water. If you're a practicer of Nithyananda Yoga and you practice puja daily, you'll know the cup and spoon. This ritualistic cleansing will first begin sipping 3 times from the Panchapatram water, and we'll have our Tantradharks guide us through chanting the mantra as you do so.
Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha.
And then a second.
Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha.
And a third.
Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha.
Then with the base of the thumb, wiping the upper and lower lip 2 times from right to left.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Washing off the hand, and with the index, middle, ring finger touching just above the upper lip and the lower lip. Washing off your hand. With the index and thumb touching the right nostril and left nostril. Ring finger and thumb touching the right eye, right ear, and left ear. Washing off your hand. And then with the pinky and base of the thumb touching the navel, right chest, left chest, all 4 fingers, and the thumb touching the crown of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and the heart center. And with this we'll enter into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Why are we on our yoga mat today? Why are we here? What is the purpose? With every Kailasa's Nithyananda Yoga ritual, it is to manifest the state, space, being, powers, the super consciousness of Paramashiva, manifesting Paramashivatva within us. And so in the Sankalpa, you take your right hand, you place it on top of your left, and place both hands on top of your right thigh. While you're here, you're holding the conscious resolution, the declaration of why you're here. So the mantra of this Sankalpa will be chanted by our Tantradharks as we're here. Get into that meditative space to listen and invoke what it is that we're wanting to manifest, why we're moving our body today. So with this, we'll begin the Sankalpa.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duryakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararthe Shri Svetavaraha Kalpe वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये शुभकृतनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे लक्ष्मी वेङ्कटेश्वर ऋतौ मिथुनमासे कृष्णपक्षे नवम्यां शुभदितौ अष्टम्यां शुभदितौ मंगलवासरयुक्तायाम् उत्तराभाद्रपदनक्षत्र आयुष्मन्योग कौलवकरण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ श्री कैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्री मीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समिति गद मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरडावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सत्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्रान जीमूत परमत कल्पकेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज वाण्य महाराज गुरु शपन शाख्यादिमांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणा नरार द्वदोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद् वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतारभूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवत्युत्तर द्विशतम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ द्विशतम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य नित्य कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ गत्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्ग पुरस्वर पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थम तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थम गुरुकृपाकटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थम क्षेमस्थैर्य वीर विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थम समस्त मंगलावाप्यर्थम भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव परिपूर्ण कृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थम पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम Nithyananda Yogabhyasam Karishye. Apa Upasprisya.
Good. And with this, taking one final udarni of water, washing off our hands. And placing your Panchapatram to the side, out of harm's way, so not to be affected by any rollings that may be happening, which we know there is one happening in the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. If you've been practicing here in Sri Kailasa, Adi Kailasa, you'll know what we're talking about. But with this, excited to jump into the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. As a reminder, do the best you can. If you're performing the sequence for the first time, just try and follow along to the best of your ability. If you've been practicing the Pratama Vinyasa Krama before, we are going to be experiencing the PVK in 20 minutes is the goal. Then we got another 40 minutes for the remaining 200 asanas, okay? So we're going to shoot out of a cannon pretty quick here once we get started. Remember, incorporate all the mudras, bandhas, pranayamas as best you can. And make sure you stick with the sequence. You can see in the bottom right side of the corner there will be a picture, a diagram of each asana as what you see here in Sukhasana. Beginning part of the sequence, remember Samana Kumbhaka. Okay, and we will get started. Sitting with our head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Hands are in Bindu Mudra. Inhaling, Samana Kumbhaka. Tuck that chin down. Mahamudra Bandha, sucking the stomach in and up as well, visualizing Paramashiva in Sukhasana. Then releasing, crossing the legs into Padmasana if you can. Raise the arms up above the head. Palms together, suck the stomach in and up. Chin is tucked down. Visualize yourself as Mount Kailasa, part of Uttasana. Then release the hands. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace or hold the left hand by the right. Lean forward and down. Gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji in Hali Pavasana. Then rise up. Extend the hands out in front of you. Hands are cupped as you lean forward and down. Visualizing snakes in your inner space. Nagi Pavasana. Then hold on to the big toes. Extend the feet out, up straight as best you can. Cross the legs into Padmasana, forward and down onto your elbows. Suck the stomach in and up. Tuck the chin down. Good. Then rise up. Uncross the legs. Place one foot on top of the other knee. Big circles with the arms. Gaze down towards the nose. All three bandhas engaged. Visualize Swamiji in Nityananda. And then uncross the legs. Rise up onto the feet. Scooping down again and again. While you're here, visualize yourself as an elephant in Gajasana. And then alternate pressing the heels down, back and forth. Stomach is sucked in and up. Rikshasana. Visualize yourself as a bear as you rise up onto the tips of the toes. Index, middle, ring finger to the heart center. Vaisyasana. And then drop the heels down. Our first karna, not an asana, but a karna. Reaching the leg up towards the ceiling, gracefully moving the foot along with it. And then interlace the fingers from outside in. Hold on to the shin, pull it up towards the chest. Caress a baby here is the visualization in Balalingasana. Hold on to the top of the foot, pull it behind you. Tuck the chin down, Mahamudra Bandha and Padapidanasana. And then release. Hold on to the inside of the foot. Extend the leg out. Hand is in Bindu Mudra as best you can. Visualize yourself as Nataraja, dancing in your third eye. Interlace the fingers outside in. Same thing, other side. Holding on to the shin, pull it up towards the chest. All three bandhas engaged, Balalingasana. Hold on to the top of the foot. Pull it behind you. Feet are together. Knees together. All three bandhas engaged, Padapidanasana. Hold on to the inside of the foot. Kick back. Extend out. Find your drishti point. Visualize Nataraja, dancing. And then release. Moving into our next karna. Heels are together. One foot comes behind then. Hands at the chest. Gracefully. Pendulum swing. That hand back and forth. And then finish touching the tip of the nose. Our skeleton dance. Shaking and dancing, but expressing and visualizing yourself as a skeleton structure and moving the body as intensely as you can. So those two things we're focusing on. Shaking the body intensely and visualizing yourself as nothing but bones. Okay, from here, standing tall, next karna, heels together, feet slightly bladed out. Inhale to the left, exhale center. Inhale to the right, exhale center. Then coming into Tadasana, rise up on the tips of the toes, palms facing one another, tuck the chin down, visualize yourself as a palm tree in Tadasana. Then lean forward and down, Uttanasana, palms down, visualize Swamiji, tuck the chin down as well. Step back, tall plank position, tuck the chin, rotate side to side, Tadakshvasana. Then lower the chest down, untuck the toes. Inhale the mouth, with the mouth wide, visualize yourself as a cobra in Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes, rise yourself up. Alternate bringing the one knee in, again and again, in Ratasana. And then place one foot behind. and jump back and forth, alternating feet in Ratasana here. Last one was Shashasana. Rising up though, bend that front knee, twist the hips towards the front, suck the stomach in and up, gaze to the third eye, visualizing Lord Virabhadra and Virabhadrasana. Then rise up, switching sides. Gaze to the third eye. Suck that stomach in and up. Virabhadrasana. Rise up. Bringing the right foot to the inner thigh as best you can. Palms together. Raise them up above the head. Suck the stomach in and up. Visualize yourself as a tree in Vrikshasana. Then release. Hold on to the foot. Pull it to the opposite hip. Garudasana. Hands in Namaskara Mudra. Heart center. And then release. Right foot down. Left foot up. Hands together. Then above. Stomach in and up. You're a tree. Release. Hold on to the foot. Opposite hip. Namaskara Mudra. You are Lord Garuda in Garudasana. Release. From the top of the mat, take one big step. Legs are straight, arms reach forward, down. Open up the chest, gaze towards the ceiling, Trikonasana, and then rise up. Nice and controlled. Alternate the directions of the feet. Lean forward, down. Gaze up. Trikonasana. Rise up. Drag the feet together. Heels touching. Raise up one foot. Stomp it down. Alternating again and again. Our next Karna. And then from here, you're coming down onto the tips of the toes. Okay? Hands in Namaskara Mudra. Moving forward, Brahmari Kumbhaka, buzzing like a bee as best you can. Beginning Angushtasana. Then hands come down. Right foot forward. Palms facing forward. Visualizing Swamiji in Saurasana. Reach forward for the big toe. Prana Mudra, holding the big toe with the index and middle finger. Mudra Bandha is engaged. Vidunanasana. Then step back. Switch sides. Left foot forward. Palms facing forward. And then release. Left hand comes to the big toe. Right hand to the back heel as best you can. Vidunanasana. And then release. Feet come together again. Gaze through the hole of the knees. Palms facing up in Brahmajankrushasana. And then let the knees come down. You're going to suck the stomach in and up as best you can. Gaze to the tip of the nose. Visualizing Sage Kapila Muni. Kapilasa. And then release that gaze. Switch it up to the third eye. Just Mula Bandha engaged. And then release, rising up onto the tips of the toes. Thumbs touching, pinkies touching. Raise the arms up, gaze through the gap in the palms. Visualizing Lord Surya in Suryasana, and then release down. You're going to bring the toes together, knees are down. From here, you're going to bring the tongue up, press it up against the roof of the mouth in Manduki Mudra. Visualize yourself as a frog in Mandukasana. Then raising the hands up above the head. Hold the head by the arms. Tongue is still pressed up. Gaze to the third eye. You're catching the nectar of immortality with that tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth in Uttana Mandukasana. And then bring the hands to the knees. Rise up so you can cross the feet. Inhale through the nose. Stick the tongue out. And gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as a lion in Simhasana. Good. Then rise up. Uncross the legs. Yes. Cross the hands behind you. Hold on to the big toes. Bhadrasana. Tuck that chin down. Visualizing Swamiji. And then rise up. Onto the hands. And then you're reaching the arms in and around those legs as best you can. If you can clasp your hands, nicely done. That's what we're going for. Kakabhusandhyasana. Then plant the hands flat onto the ground. Arm balance here. Arms to the back of the arms. Knees to the backs of the arms. Holding here. Kani Pavasana. Then slowly lower the crown of the head. Okay, while you're here, visualize is a peacock in Parshva on the other side. And then coming back. Okay, tall plank position. One foot in between the two hands. Toes are tucked down to the ground. Gaze up to the third eye. Bhaira Ganatha Asana. And then step back. Do the same thing other side. Visualizing Lord Kalabhairava here in Bhaira Ganatha Asana. And then step back. Elbows down. Hips stay up. Visualize Swamiji Unmukha Pita. Rise up onto the hands. Rotate over onto the left. Elbows straight towards the ceiling. Visualize Sage Vashtista in Vashistasana. Rotate over onto the other hand. Gaze up to the ceiling. Vashistasana. And release. Come back to a neutral position. Legs are extended out in front of you. Hands come underneath the sitting bones. Elbows closer together. Heels slightly separated. Inhale. Tuck the chin down. Right Chakra Kumbhaka moving forward. Control that exhalation as you're gazing towards the nose, visualizing Hanuman in Anjani Asana. Then release. Reach for the big toes. Hold them. Come forward and down. Paschimottanasana. All three bandhas engaged, visualizing Swamiji here. Then rise up right away. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Lean forward and down. Ugrasana. We're visualizing Kali in our inner space. The one who practices this manifests all the powers as you rise up. Bring the right foot to the inner groin. Reach the arm in and around. Clasp the hands. Forehead comes down. Visualize Sage Marichi and Marichiasana. Then release. Knee comes out to the side. Mahamudrasana. Reach for the toes. Inhale. All three bandhas engaged. Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize Swamiji and then release. Right leg out. Left leg in. Reach the arm around. Clasp. Head down and then release. Knee comes out to the side. Mahamudrasana on the other side. Reach for those toes. Tuck the chin down. Do the best you can. All three bandhas and then release. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the fingers around the toes. Okay, pull the knees down using the strength of your groin. But Drasan too, visualize Swamiji as you gaze to the third eye. Then release the foot. His toes are together. Heels separate. Hands on top of the knees. Tuck the chin down. Gvali Pavasana. And then release. Bring the feet back in. Heels close to the body. Interlace the fingers around the toes. Lean forward and down. Elbows come down towards the ground. Gaze to the nose. Visualize the Yoni Mandala in Yoni Asana. And then rise up. Release the hands, keep the feet together, lean forward and down, arms out to the sides now, and then come back up. From Midaki Pavasana, now we're bringing the hands underneath the thighs, palms facing upwards. Siddha Samadhi Asana. Visualize Paramashiva in your inner space here, and then rise up. Pull the feet back in. You're going to open them up like you're opening up a book. Let's say it's the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, 308 asanas, okay? Open up, press the knees down, and then release. Hands come to the knees. Suck the stomach in and up as best you can as you gaze up to the third eye. Karpata Chukasana. And then release. You can bring the toes down, heels come up as best you can, okay? So toes down, heels up. Hands come into Bindu Mudra on tops of the knees. Suck the stomach in and up, gaze to the third eye. Bhairava. And then release. Bring the right foot to the perineum. Left foot to the chest. Hip opener, not knee torquer. Samanasana. Gaze to the third eye. Release. Foot comes over top of the shoulder. Extend the opposite leg out straight. Gaze up to the third eye here. Apanasana. And then release. Left heel to the perineum now. Right foot to the chest. Apanasana, or Samanasana on the other side. Apanasana now. Foot over top of the shoulder. Extend that other leg up straight. Gaze to the third eye. And release. You're going to cross the right knee over top of the left. So bend the left knee and stack one knee over top of the other. Both hands on tops of the knees. Gaze into the tip of the nose. Visualize yourself as the face of a cow in Gomukhasana. Sheetkadi Kumaka moving forward. Inhaling with the tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth. That's it. Yes. Bring the hands to the big toes. Still Shikari Kumbhaka moving forward. Gaze to the nose. Visualize the Rishika Anasuya. Suck the stomach in and up. Hold that visualization. Interlace the fingers behind. Lean forward and down into Anasuyasana 2. And then rise up. Uncross the feet. Right foot flat down on the ground. Left foot to the perineum. Hands are on respective knees. Puff that chest out. Your Lord Garuda. Garudasana 2. Then rise up onto the heel. Perineum is down right on top of that left heel. Twist outside that raised knee. Interlace the fingers. Gaze up to the third eye. Visualize Sage Narada and Naradasana. And then release. Come back down. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Reach the right hand towards the big toe. Left hand comes around, holds on to the shin. Gaze to the nose. Matsya. Pidakasana. Visualizing Matsya. And then release. Left knee comes over top of the left, or the right. So you're just sliding that knee over. Hands stay on top of the knees. Gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as the face of a cow. Gomukhasana. Then hands come to the toes. Anasuyasana. Suck that stomach in and up. Relax your shoulders down though. And then release. Interlace the fingers behind. Hold that visualization. Rishika Anasya. And then rise up again. Left foot flat onto the ground. Pull the heel close to the perineum. Hands on the respective knees. Puff the chest out. Your Lord Garuda in Garudasana 2. And then rise up. Sit down onto that right heel this time. Twist outside the raised left knee. Interlace the fingers. Gaze up to the third eye. Visualize Sage Narada. Naradasana. And then lower down. Right foot on top of the left thigh. Right hand to the left shin. Left hand to the left toe. Matsapidakasana. Release. Then from here, you can keep the right foot where it is, or you can bend it, take it down, and press the heel up against the perineum. Okay, whatever works for your flexibility. Either way, place the left foot on top of and on the other side of that thigh. Twist the right elbow outside that knee. Keep the right hand at the right ear. Gaze up to the third eye. visualizing Goraknath in Matsyendrasana 1. Then extend the right hand down, left hand up. Kubasana, visualize yourself as a camel. Left hand down, still gazing to the third eye. Matsyendrasana 2. And then release. Come back around, neutral position, extend the right leg out straight, bend the left knee, and then place the right foot on the other side of that left thigh. Right hand comes behind, left elbow outside the raised right knee, hand to the ear, back hand planted, gaze to the third eye, Matsyendrasana 1. Left hand down, right hand up. Kubasana, right hand down, both hands down, Matsyendrasana 2 on the other side. And then unwind. We've opened up our hips here. We're ready to move into Padmasana. Stack those feet on top of the opposite thighs as best you can. Hands on tops of the knees. Inhale, pressing the tongue up against the back of the teeth now in Shitali Kumukha. Engage all three bandhas. Visualize Paramashiva in Padmasana. And then release from here. Cross the hands, hold on to the opposite big toes, Prana Mudra. Gaze to the nose, visualizing Parvati, Padmasana 2. And then unwind. Place your hands ever so gently, easily, in between the thighs and lift the body up off the ground as best you can. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Kukutasana, and then lower down from here. Release the hands. You're going to rise up onto the knees. Hands come facing, or the fingers come facing towards the body. Lean forward down, find some leverage, lift the body up off the ground. Baddha Keiki Asana. Do the best you can to find some balance. Play with it. And then extend the legs back right away if you can. Into Mayurasana, visualize yourself as a peacock here. And then you can lower down. Some may say collapse down. Forehead comes down, feet bladed out. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Makradasana, visualize yourself as a crocodile. Then hands to the chest. Lift the thighs up off the ground as best you can. Visualize yourself as a locust in Shalavasana. And then hold on to the tops of the feet. Pull them behind the butt, or towards the butt, outside of the hips in Ustrasana, our asana of the year. And then improve that grip. Kick the body up. Open up the chest. Gaze towards the third eye. Dhanurasana. Visualize yourself as a bow here as you gaze to the third eye. Then release. Press your body up onto your knees. Untuck the toes. Hands on top of the knees. Take a deep inhalation. Gaze to the third eye. Visualize Swamiji, our 100th asana. Here we go. Moving forward. Onto our elbows. Interlace the fingers. Crown of the head comes down. Walk the knees up. Feet towards the body. Keep the knees towards the chest. Gohiyasana. Then from there, extend the legs up towards the ceiling as best you can. Sirshasana. 2 asanas there. That's it. Give it an attempt. And then lower down. Nice and slow, nice and controlled as best you can. Okay, from there you can cross your feet and then uncross them. And we're going to hold on to the backs of the calves. Bastrika Kumukha moving forward. Short bursts through the nose while you're here. Gaze to the third eye. Fodhyasana. Extend those legs up. Release the legs. Hold on to the opposite. Shoulders behind you. Chest stays up. Visualize yourself as a mace in Parigasana. And then elbows down. Feet stay up. Naukasana. Visualize yourself as a boat crossing that ocean of samsara. And then rise up. Scoop the hands underneath the heels. Pull the feet in towards the chest. Gaze to the tip of the nose. Visualize Rudra in your inner space in Rudrasana. And then feet come flat down. Lay down on the back. Drive those hips up towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin down naturally into Jalandhara Bandha. Visualizing Swamiji, Unmukha Pita 2. Then extend those feet out. Open up the feet, the hands towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale. Intermission time. Shakti Chalan Mudra. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti. Pull it up from the base of the spine all the way to the Sahasrara Chakra. And then unclutch in Shavasana. Visualizing Swamiji. Great. And then roll over and slowly rise up. PVK is done quickly. 17 minutes, not bad. From here, we're moving into the DVK. We're on a good pace, everybody. Nicely done. From here, we're going to begin the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, 200 asanas more, equaling that 308. You can first sit any way you like. Your legs can be like this even. Yata Sanistashan. While you're here, just make sure those hands are in Bindu Mudra. We're back to Samana Kumukha, moving forward until mentioned otherwise, okay? Then from there, you're crossing your feet, for sure, okay? In Sama Asana. Hands stay on tops, Bindu Mudra as best you can, gazing forward. And then release. Keep the hands facing downwards. A bunch of asanas very similar. Beware of the gazes, how they switch, or the visualization. Sometimes the hands stay the same and the body stays the same. From here, we're going to pull the left heel to the perineum, right foot to on top of that. Muktasana, hands stay down, gaze to the nose. Visualize you've just been liberated by Swamiji. Not a bad visualization. Then from here, you're just switching the gaze to the third eye. Siddhasana. You're manifesting all of the powers. Change that visualization, manifest those powers. Okay? Then hands stay as they are. Engage all three bandhas. Inhale deeply before you do. Gaze towards the ground, the pramana specifically says in Siddhi Asana. And then release. Hands stay opened up into Bindu Mudra. Gaze is up to the third eye. Rudrasana 2, you're visualizing Lord Rudra in your inner space. And then keep the hands as they are. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. Santa Duna Asana. Embody the state and space of tranquility. Good. And then you're going to move into Siddhasana 2. Left hand comes on top of the right. Visualizing you're placing one lotus leaf on top of another lotus leaf. In Siddhasana 2. And then release. You're going to bring one, or both hands rather, up to the face. Take a deep inhalation first. Pinkies beneath the lower lips, ring fingers above the upper lips, middle fingers to the nose, index over the eyes, thumbs up against the ears. You're closing out all the five senses, internally visualizing that you're manifesting the sankalpa that you created. It's in the space of creation in Bandha Yoni Asana. Then release the hands, come down. Keep them into Bindu Mudra. Forward, visualize asana. And then hands stay as they are. Final one here, visualizing Sage Valmika as we gaze up to the third eye. Okay, then we're placing one foot on top of the opposite thigh. Okay, hands stay on top of the knees, gazing towards the tip of the nose. Visualize the Yoni Mandala. This is Yoni Mudrasana. And then all we're doing is changing the gaze to the third eye to experience Yoni Asana. And then we'll release, unclutch. We're going to bring our feet together. Soles of the feet together, interlace the fingers around the toes, suck the stomach in and up, visualize Kalabhairava, gaze to the nose, Bhadrasana 3, and then release. From here, you're just going to bring the left hand to the left knee, right hand up to the nose, close the left nostril with the index finger, inhale. Visualize yourself as an agori as you gaze up to the third eye, close the left or the right nostril, exhale out of the left in Agorasana. Nicely done. Lower down onto the elbows. Feet stay as they are. Rest the chin on the palms. Visualize yourself as an elephant drinking water in Kanari Pavasana. Suck the stomach up in Uddiyana Bandha to do so. And then rise up. You're going to wrap the hands around the legs, feet together, interlace the fingers, slightly lift them up off the ground into Pada Asana. Okay, lower the feet down. Get ready. From here, we're going to lift up, scoop our hands underneath the feet, pull them up towards the chin into Gopi Chandasana. Okay, so the toes are coming just towards the throat mainly, and then you're starting to pull the feet up towards the chin first. Okay, Gopi Chandasana, and then releasing towards the chin, and then finally pulling the feet up towards the face, so the hands are coming up towards the forehead. So nice little hip flexor openers here, and then from there you're going to bring one foot up over top of the respective shoulders. Okay. From Bhishistasana to Bhujasana, we're moving. So scoop those hands underneath. If you can, interlace the fingers around the head and visualize yourself as a cobra. And then release the hands. You're going to bring them beneath and around the butt. Kalyanasana, gazing towards the tip of the nose. Some flexibility required here. Do the best you can, and then release. Okay, from here we're going to cross or bend the left leg and sit on top of that left heel. Right knee is bent on top. Left hand and right hand on opposite knees, okay? Moving forward, Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhaling, restricted inhalation through the nose. Ocean-like sound you should be hearing, okay? All right, moving from Shankatasana, let that left heel slide out to the hips. Place both hands on tops of the knees. Gaze straight forward, but suck the stomach in and up. Dhenukasana, and then release. You're going to bring the right foot to the left hip. And then the left foot towards the right knee. Wrap the right arm around, the left arm around, right hand comes to the knee, spine is tall, twist around, and then unwind. From here, hold on to the big toes, lean forward and down, gaze towards the nose. Machandrasana 1 and Machandrasana 2. Then rise up, release the hands, keep the feet as they are, One hand on top of the left. Suck the stomach in and up. Guru asana. And then release. Same thing on the other side. So bend that right foot. Sitting on top of that heel. Left knee is on top. Shankatasana again. Hands are on tops of the opposite knees. And then release that heel out. Knees are stacked right on top of one another. Heels outside of the respective hips. Hands on top of the knees. Suck the stomach in and up. Dhenukasana. And then you're going to drag the left foot over top of the opposite hip. So like Padmasana, but one foot on the hip, the other is on the knee. Okay? Reach the right arm around the back, left hand to the knee, spine tall, twist around, gaze up to the third eye, Machandrasana. And then release, come all the way around. Hold on to the big toes, lean forward and down as best you can, gaze to the nose, Machandrasana 2. And then rise up. Place the hands on tops of the right knee this time. Clasp them, just like we did with our Sankalpa. All three bandhas engaged. Visualize your Guru in Guru Asana. And then release. You can uncross the legs from here. Hug the knees, holding onto the forearms. Parshvasana. And then tuck the chin down. Gaze to the nose. Bodhishokhasana. And then release. You're going to wrap the arms underneath the thighs. Kudakatasana as you gaze towards the tip of the nose. And then cross right foot over top of the left. Visualize sage Sumati and Sumati asana. And then extend both legs forward. From here, interlace the fingers. Lift the hands up above the head. All three bandhas engaged. Dandasana. And then release. Lean forward and down. Hold on to the big toes. Arambha asana specifically mentions the pramana. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold the breath and exhale through the left. Experiencing Nadi Shodhana in Arambhasana. And then rise up. From here, slightly bend the knees. Reach the hands underneath the legs and lean forward and down. And then rise back up. Moving from Bidokasana, bring the feet together. Palms are facing upwards. Jalandhari Pavasana as you lean forward and down. And then rise up. Right foot and extended forward. From here, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, visualizing prana flow from the soles of the feet all the way to the Sahasrara chakra. First, try your best to lift the right foot up over top of the head. See if you can manifest that power. Lean forward and down. Urdhva Paschimottanasana. If you can't get over the head, just keep it over the shoulder. And then right away, you're going to fall down onto your back. Anantasana. Foot is over top of the head still. And then roll over onto your left side. Elbows down. Ankushasana. And then back to center. And rise back up. Oh, first, hug your knees. Hug your knees in Drishasana, and then we're going to rise back up. A little nicer to do it that way. Keep the right foot extended forward, and then lift the left leg up over top of the head. Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side. Lean forward and down, hold on to the feet. And then rise back up and fall back. Anantasana again. Foot is behind the head as best you can. Lean over onto the right side, onto the right elbow. And then come back to a neutral spine position. Keep that left leg over top of the foot though, because we're bringing our right up too. Yoga Nidrasana. Better believe it. Interlace those fingers beneath the butt. And then release. Keep the legs over top of respective shoulders. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Good. And then release. And then from here, legs are still down. You're going to keep the knees up against the chest and feet up towards the ceiling. Extend the hands out to the sides. Kochaki asana. And then bring the feet down. Extend the feet out. Arms are extended out to the sides. Twist the head to the right. From here, Jatar Parivritti, 1, 2, and 3. Extend the legs to the left. Hold on to the left toe as the legs are straight out. Release the left toe. Hold on to the right. Left leg comes down. Still gazing to the right. This is Jatar Parivritti 1, 2, 3. Come back to a neutral spine position. This time, knees are bent, gazing to the left. Extend the right leg out. Hold on to the big toe. Release the right toe. Hold on to the left toe. Left leg is extended out to the side. And then come back to a neutral spine position. Good. From here, reach for the ankles. Drive the hips up as best you can. Holding on to the ankles. Vipadapitam, and then release. Bring the hands down onto the mat, flat, fingers facing towards the feet. Lift the body up, Paryankasana, do the best you can. And then get a nice release there, and then slowly lower down. Hug, hands to the shoulders, knees towards the chest, Svottanasana, and then hands come flat onto the ground. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling. 2 asanas here. First, circle your feet, Viparita Karani 1. And then keep the feet still towards the ceiling, Viparita Karani 2.
And then lower the feet down towards the ground. Interlace the fingers behind you, Langalasana. And then release the hands. Hold on to the big toes. Saita Pachimattanasana. Holding here. And then you're going to slowly release and hold on to the big toes still. Saita Pachimattanasana. Next is we're opening up the feet nice and wide. And then back to center. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. Supta Konasana. Hips up high, spread the feet out wide. That was it. Then bring the feet back together. Lower down, spread the feet out wide here. And then bring the feet back together. Supta Parangustasana. And then bring the feet down, cross them into Padmasana. Lower the knees, hands holding opposite elbows. Matsyasana. And then release the hands, one on top of the other. Parusuramasana. And then bring the hands to the hips. Raise the hips up towards the ceiling. Sarvangasana. And then lower the hips down. Uncross the legs. Keep both knees bent. One foot on top of the opposite thigh. Elbows are straight. Raise up. Visualize yourself as a scorpion, Vrichikasana. And then lower down. Same thing, other side. Rise up. Vrichikasana. Visualize yourself as a scorpion. And then release. You're going to interlace the fingers behind the head, holding the opposite head. Elbow to knee. Switch sides again and again. Vrishapada Kshepasana. And then let the body come down. Hands to the sides. Lift up the right knee. Bring it to the right ear. And down. Left knee to left ear. Rotanasana. And down. Nicely done. From here, get ready. We're going to bring our feet flat onto the ground. And we're going to lift the body up right away. Standing up tall. Vrikasana. Visualize yourself as a wolf here. I'm going to face this way myself. Come back down and up. One more time. Vrikshasana. Good. And from here, we're going to lower the body down and do a big somersault all the way onto our stomach as best you can. Nicely done. Okay. From here, untuck the toes. You're specifically going to inhale. Visualize that you're inhaling. Whistling sound. You're carrying warriors into the battle for Dharma. Tuck the toes. We're going to jump our feet in and out in Dehal Ulangana. First pressing the body up. In and out, again and again. Good. Then plant the hands flat on the ground, walking backwards and forwards. Jatyasana. Visualize that you're manifesting the power of remembering your past births. Rise up. Open up the palms. You're going to lean back nice and big into a karna. And then we're going to bring our hands next to our sides. Sarpasana. Visualize your Kundalini. Kundalini is Devi raising up, spiraling up towards the Sahasrara chakra. Then lean forward and down. Hold the knuckles underneath the toes. Ushtra Sadhanasana. You're visualizing yourself as a camel as you walk back and forth. And then from here, hands underneath the toe or the heels. Ashvasana. So you're holding underneath the toes, then underneath the heels. Second time around, visualize yourself as a horse. And then rise up. Kapaltanikasana. Interlace the fingers behind. Open up the chest as best you can. Visualize yourself as a diving bird. And then come back to a neutral spine position. Heels together, feet bladed out. Palms together. Lean towards the left. Right heel comes off the ground. Offer some flowers to either side. Good. Then keep the palms together. Elbows together. Lean forward slightly. Khadgasana. Visualize yourself as a rhinoceros. And then from here, you're leaning and sitting down and then standing up. Uttamottama. Again and again. Down and up. Again and again. From here, Musalasana, jumping up right away. Visualize yourself as a mace. Good. And then from there, hold on to the foot. Bring it to the navel and squat down, switching sides again and again. Good. From here, specifically, hold on to the right knee. Hand is in a fist, though. Hand is to the side, our karna here. Then release the leg. You're coming down as best you can onto that left knee. And then rise up. You bet that's it. And then bring the right foot to the inner thigh. Hands to the sides. Good. And then wrap the leg around that knee. From right leg is over. Right arm is under. Palms together. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. And then release. Right foot over top of the knee. Reach down. Hold on to the big toes. Extend the leg out to the side. Let's all move towards our left in Dhruvasana. Nicely done. And then from here, Trivikramasana. Do the best you can. Lift the leg up over top of the head and sit and stand. Good. And then we're going to try the same sequence on the other side. Tandavasana. Lower down on the, or first, hold on to that left knee. Hand is in a fist, arm to the side. From that, extend the left leg out. Sit and stand on the right leg alone as best you can. Left foot comes to the inner thigh. Hands by the sides. Ekpadasana, then wrap that left foot forward or around that knee. Left arm over, left arm. Left leg over, left arm under. Palms together. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. And release. Hand or left foot over top of the thigh. Hands beside the thighs. And then extend the left leg out. Hold on to the big toe and rotate over. Those slides need to keep up with us. We're going too fast. Good. Then lift the leg up over top of the head. Sit and stand. Tribikramasana. Do the best you can. Nicely done. Then open up the hands, heels together, knees slightly bent, our final carnage. Just nice, deep relaxation. And then interlace the fingers underneath the thighs. Sit into a deep squat position. Gorakanjali asana. And then bring the feet slightly, or bring the hands first underneath the butt. Okay. Feet slightly together. Bhairasana. And then you can separate the feet one more time. Varahasana. Okay, from here, palms are together. Raise them up above the head, towards the back. Varahasana. Good. And then bring the hands down, holding on to the big toes. Prapitasana. Okay. Hips are up to the levels of the knees. And then hands flat on the ground. Lean forward and down, arms towards the backs, or knees towards the backs of the arms. Visualize yourself as a crow. Bakasana. And then from here, Shustaka Kapalayasana. Lower the crown of the head down. Lift the legs up. Cross them into Padmasana or as best you can. And then slowly lower down into Guptasana. Hands are on tops of the thighs. Get ready. We're trying to press our body up right away into a handstand. If you can't do a handstand, just try and kick. We've got 2 asanas here. Lift the body up. First asana, you're keeping the body vertical. Visualize yourself as a tree. Second one, gaze to the third eye. Shibu asana. 2 asanas there. And then lower down to a tall plank position. From here, right away, lower the body down and up. Visualize yourself as a fish in Matsyasana, and then lower down. Untuck the toes. You're going to bring the hands to the sides. Lift the chest up. Rotate from side to side. Sarvapasana. Visualize yourself as a snake. Then elbows come down. Rest the chin in the hands. Nirlambanasana. Visualize yourself completely supported by Swamiji and life. Elbows come down. Hands down. Lift up the toes. Tilt the head back towards the head. Chatrasana. Good. And then come down. Bring the knees down. Extend the hips back. Vajrasana. Visualize yourself as Indra's weapon of destruction, indestructibility. And then rise up into that Gajasana position. Stomp one hand down and alternate. Meshasana. You're visualizing yourself as a ram here. Good. Ajasana. Do the best you can. You're trying to kick the legs up and lower the forehead down. Yes, nicely done. Then from here, you can lower down all the way onto the knees. Adjust the heels. Bring them in. Hands on top of the knees. Interlace the fingers behind and extend the arms up into Angamotama. Good. Then bring the hands down. Knees together, feet separated. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana 3. And then toes together, knees separated. Visualize yourself, or first place the hands underneath the ankles. Visualize yourself in the abode of a temple, Ananda Mandir Asana. Then release. You're going to drag the hands up towards the knees. Suck the stomach in and up, Mandukasana 2. And then bring the hands down. Tuck the toes. Nadasimhasana. Visualize yourself as Nadasim. As you inhale, stick the tongue out. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. Good. And then rise up. Toes tucked. Hands to the face. Hook the thumbs underneath the tops of the teeth. Inhale through the right nostril specifically. Exhale out of the mouth. Bisraka asana. Nicely done. Bring the hands underneath the armpits. Give yourself a scratch as you gaze up to the third eye. Makadasana. You're a monkey. Woo-hoo. Good. Wrap the arms behind the back. Toes tucked still. Visualize yourself with the strength of a diamond in Vajra Sangara Asana. Good. Then release. Hands come down to the sides. Untuck the toes. Suck the stomach in and up as best you can. Kunjasana. And then hands come to the knees. Rise up and cross the feet. Kurmasana. Visualize yourself as a turtle with the ability to live for hundreds and hundreds of years as you gaze to the nose. Same posture, but we're going to switch that visualization. Yogasana, you're specifically supposed to visualize yourself uniting with the divine Paramashiva, with our guru, of course, Paramashiva himself. Then Vijogasana, rise up, reach for the backs of the calves. Hands come down, legs still stay crossed. Good. Then uncross the feet. Keep the knees closer somewhat together. Lean back, hold on to the backs of the ankles, push the hips forward. Ustrasana 2. Visualize yourself as a camel. Then lower down right away. Stay with us. Jatyasana 2. Back comes all the way down to the ground. And then if you can, Viratasana. You're coming up and down without touching or using your hands. If you need to use your hands, that's fine. But do the best you can to come up and down. All right, Kapotasana. Tough one here. Bring the hands flat onto the ground while you're on your back, knees bent. Lift the head up, bring the crown of the head down. Try and walk the hands towards the feet. Deep back bend in a short position. Do the best you can. And then when you're ready, you can slowly unwind. Rise up into Vara Asana. On your knees, hug the arms across the chest, tall position. Then come down onto the forehead. Left hand down, right hand down on top, forehead is down, toes are tucked, and then release the hands. Interlace the fingers, bring the crown of the head down. We're going for another inversion here as you tuck the toes, raise up the knees, and rise up to a tall vertical position. Mundasana, here you're visualizing yourself specifically as a lopped tree. And then lower down, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Nicely done. Just keep the forehead down, hands next to the ears. Good. Andasana, and then rise up. So you can extend your feet back. Arms are out in front of you. Extend them out towards the ceiling or towards the front. Feet come up off the ground. Viparita Salabhasana. Visualize yourself as a locust. And then specifically, hands by the sides. Forehead is down. Lift the legs up alone. Kapalasana. Another challenging one coming up. Place the hands flat onto the ground. Tuck the chin so it's down on the ground. And try and lift up the legs over top of the head. All the way down onto the ground in front of you. If you can. That's it. Give it a shot. And then slowly try and unwind and rise up onto your knees. Keep the elbows close to the body. Huddle down. Visualize yourself as a sparrow in Katakasana. And then tuck the toes. Rise up. You're going to kick the legs up over top of the head. Visualize yourself as a scorpion in Vrishikasana 2. And then lower down after you've given it a shot. Then you're going to place the hands down. Left heel underneath the left perineum. Right heel up underneath the right side. Inhale deeply, forcefully through the nose. Vrishasana, visualize yourself as a bowl, and then press the body up. Keep the feet crossed, elbows straight as best you can. Low lasana, and then come down onto the right side. Right heel underneath the perineum, left heel outside of the hip. Good. Then tuck the toes. You're going to step the left foot forward, hands on respective knees. Balaguna Asana. Visualize yourself as one of the 84 siddhas. Then step forward. Bring the hands underneath the thighs. Hold on to the ankles. Grahasana. Visualize yourself as a planet. Release the hands. Step the left foot back. So the right knee is raised. Hands on respective knees. Balaguna Asana on the other side. And then stepping together. Toes down. Hands on top of the knees. Utkatasana. And then let the knees come out to the sides on your toes, still holding. Opposite elbows. Vajrasangara Asana 2. And then bring the legs back. From here, you're going to step the right foot on top of the right fingers and the left foot on top of the left fingers. Sink the hips down, open up the chest. Anilasana, visualize you're able to live off of prana alone. Good. Then release the feet. Place the hands over top of them so you're stepping on the palms. You've just put on a pair of padukas. Walk the length and breadth of your yoga mat in Padukasana. Good. Then plant the hands flat on the ground. Kick the body up again and again in Kukutodana. Do the best you can. And then rise up all the way in a handstand. You're trying to dance. Viparita Tantriyasana. Good. And then keep the legs flat down, palms down, moving into our next asana, Kunjata Asana. Visualize you've got one trunk hanging down, so one hand to the ear, other hand flat onto the ground. Other hand down, other hand up. Kunjata Asana. Good. Then from here, deep squat, hands come around the ankles. Visualize yourself as the Kadamba tree in Kadamba Asana. And then let the hips come down finally in Pavana Muktasana. Wrap the arms around, holding on to the opposite forearms. Then from here, extend the legs out. Plenty of time. Right foot over top of the head as best you can. If you can't keep it there, that's fine. Just keep the leg over top of the shoulder, okay? But either way, extend that leg up. Lift up the body, gaze up to the third eye, Chakrasana. Nicely done. Keep the right leg over top of the shoulder. Hold on to the right big toe. Pull that foot back. Reach for the left toe. Keep pulling. Visualize you're pulling back a bow, Dhanurasana 2. Let go of the bow, of the left bow, I should say. Hold on to the right foot. Pull it over top of the shoulder again. Left foot over top of the right. Lean forward. Lift the body up. Extend the legs out to the sides. You can gaze forward or to the feet. Ashtavakrasana. Visualize yourself as a crane. Come back. Sitting down on the sitting bones. Left foot to the top of the right thigh. Right hand comes underneath. Slide the elbow underneath. Left hand on top of the knee. Pranasana. Visualize you're flowing with prana. I know we are. And then come back. You can keep the left foot where it is or keep the heel bent at the perineum. Either way, bring that right foot over top of the thigh, just like in the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. But this time as we wrap and twist our body around, we're wrapping our hands, trying to interlace them. Parshva Matsyendrasana. And then come back to a neutral spine position. Nicely done. Extend the right leg forward this time. Chakrasana on the other side. Left leg comes up over top of the head. If you can't keep it there, nothing wrong with that. Just keep it over top of the shoulder, but give it a shot. Bring the hands down. Press the body up off the ground. Gaze to the third eye. And then lower down. Keep the left hand to the left big toe. Reach for the right toe. Pull back that bow. Visualize yourself pulling back a bow. Dhanurasana 2. Release the bow. Hold on to the foot. Lift it up over top of the shoulder. Right foot on top of the left. Lean forward. Extend the legs out to the side. Chest comes down. Again, you can gaze forward or towards the feet. Ashtavakrasana. Come back to a neutral spine position. Right foot comes up on top of the left thigh. Left hand underneath that left knee. And right hand on top of the right knee. Pranasana. Then good. Then come back through. You're going to keep the right heel to the perineum. Extend the left leg forward. Reach for the big foot. The big foot. The only foot forward. Oh, sorry. I forgot one. Did I? Yeah. Nicely done. Thanks, team. Okay, keep that heel close to the perineum. Left foot comes over top on the other thigh. Twisting towards your left. Right elbow. Trying to wrap around that knee. Clasp the hands. That's why you got Sangha, right? Good. So you don't blow records. And then come back around. Extend both feet out. Right heel close to the perineum. Left foot extended out. Reach for the toes. Lean forward and down. Just keep Mula Bandha engaged in Ardha Paschimottanasana. And then rise up. You're going to bend the right knee so the foot comes outside of the hip. And then hold on to the foot of the left leg and extend it up straight as best you can towards the forehead. Visualize yourself as a crane in Crouchasana. And then release. Extend the right foot forward. Keep the left heel at the perineum now. Lean forward. Ardha Paschimottanasana, and then rise up. Left foot to the outside of the left heel, or the left hip rather, sorry. Hold on to the right foot. Extend up towards the ceiling. You see Krishnapal Demena. And then release. Right foot to the perineum. Left foot is on top of that. Okay? Moving into Svastikasana. While you're here, hands are on tops of the thighs, gaze towards the tip of the nose. Embody the space of health, wealth, being, prosperity. Then specifically hiding the heels. Okay? Gorakshasana, visualize Sage Goraknath. Tuck the chin down, gaze towards the tip of the nose. And then place the left foot on top of the right thigh. You're going to take a deep inhalation through the nose. Place the hands up on top, bring the hands towards the face. Pinkies beneath the lower lips, index above the upper lips. Middle finger up against the nose, index over the eyes, thumbs up against the ears, closing out all senses. Hold the visualization on your third eye here specifically. Visualize Tejas flowing there in Bhagasana 2. And then release. One foot is on opposite thigh. Bring the other up as well into Padmasana. Okay, moving forward. Curl the tongue. Inhale through that curled tongue, okay? Then you're going to have the hands facing upwards outside of the hips. Palms facing upwards. Yogasana 2, gazing towards the nose. And then place the hands flat on the ground. Urdhva Kukutasana. Lift the body up. Visualize yourself as a rooster here. And then lower down again. Good. Place the hands in between the thighs. Flat onto the ground. Okay? So at first you're not lifting the body up, you're just placing the hands here. Specifically it said in Siddha Haratali-asana. And then from here you're lifting the body up. Hamshasana, you're trying to lift the thighs or the legs up all the way up so the thighs come towards the shoulders. Visualizing yourself as a swan. And then keep the hands in between the legs. You're going to lean forward, extend the arms out beneath you as the hands are interlaced. Forehead comes down. Visualize yourself as a bow again. Karmukasana. And then lower down. Keep the hands in between the legs and try and reach the hands all the way through and hold the neck in Kurmasana 2. Okay, and then you can tuck the chin down in Granthi Bedasana. And then you're going to roll down onto your back. Uttana Kurmasana. So roll down onto your back. And then rock your body up. Good. Keep one hand in between the thighs. Left hand or right hand, doesn't matter. Other hand is going to hold that wrist though. Pangu Kukutasana. So you're trying to press the body up only onto one hand. Do the best you can. And then lower down. Same thing other side. Pangu Kukutasana. Visualize yourself as a rooster. Good. And then slowly lower down. Now we can bring our hands back through. And then place the elbows down on the thighs. Interlace the fingers. Let the thumbs come beneath the throat. Rest the chin or the head there. And then rise up. Place one hand on top of the other. Inhale through your beak. Okay, you inhale through the beak. All three bundles engaged. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. Nicely done. Padmasana 3. Then release. Hands come on tops of the knees. Inhale through your beak. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. Visualizing Paramashiva in Padmasana 4. Good. Then Karmukasana. Hold on to your big toe with the right hand. Left hand is to the knee. Pull back the bow as you press the left hand away. Visualize you're pulling a bow. Yes. And then right hand comes to the right knee. Left hand to the left toe. Circle the toe and then pull it back. Karmukasana 2. Good. If you've got that ability, wrap the arms around the back. Hold on to the big toes. Either way, if you can't clasp the big toes, keep the arms behind the back, okay? Inhale through your beak. Tuck the chin down. Suck the stomach in and out. Visualize yourself as a boat. Karmukasana 3. And then release the bandhas, but keep the hands behind the back, okay? Gaze up to the third eye. Mula bandhas engaged. Dridasana. And then lower your back down onto the ground. Nagrasana. Hands are still behind. If you've got that ability, holding on to the big toes. Visualize yourself as a snake either way. And then place the hands flat onto the ground. Or the feet flat onto the ground so you can fall down onto the back. Wrap the arms around the shins. Hug yourself into a ball. And then place the feet flat onto the ground. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Relax for a moment. Urdhva Pavanasana. Good. And then reach the hands towards the backs of the heels. Fingers are pointing up. Palms pointing up. Fingertips beneath the heels. Drive the hips up towards the ceiling. Visualize yourself as an ape here. Good. And then slowly lower those hips down. Okay, but first actually, don't lower the hips down. Keep the hands beneath the lower butt. Okay? And then you're going to step the feet back towards the edge of the mat. So extend the feet out, Keep the chin tucked. Uttana Sikhipitakasana. Legs are extended straight out. Good. Then keep the hands beneath the thighs. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Hands beneath the thighs. Narakasana. Visualize you're blissfully traveling through hell. And then bring the hands, or bring the feet rather, slightly down on an angle. Tirya Naukasana. Visualize yourself as a boat. And then bring the feet back up. And release the hands flat onto the ground. Keep those legs raised up as high as you can. Why do you want to keep them up high? You're the Kailasa flag, Dvajasana. Stand here proudly. We just completed 308 asanas within 1 hour. And now that we're in Mritasana, open up the palms, keep them faced up towards the ceiling. I think we deserve a little bit of unclutching here. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Nice long, deep exhalation out of the mouth. Mritasana. While you're here, visualize you're being liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam himself. Close your eyes, unclutch the body completely.
I welcome you all.
See your soul
My love and respect.
reaching Kailasa,
Let you all
going beyond body, beyond mind, thanks to the blessings of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Good. And then let's slowly come back into the body. We're already going to start wiggling our fingertips and toes. Elbows, and bend the knees. Bring the heels flat onto the ground towards the butt. And then lift the knees up. You're hugging them towards your chest. You can lift the head up off the ground. Give yourself a squeeze. And then lower the feet. And roll over onto your left side. And when you're feeling comfortable and ready, lifting your body up into a comfortable seated position. Nicely done. From here, as we do with all Kailasa Nithyananda Yoga rituals, we'll close this ritual with a prayer and a deep space of gratitude towards Paramashiva, towards the avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hindus, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and a deep space of excitement as well, because we just got a record, yes. Okay, inhaling. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukar Paramastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much for tuning in and participating with us on this International Day of Yoga. As always, we close out our session with a deep space of gratitude, love, respect towards our Master, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, for making this day so grand, this event so grand, for manifesting this amazing celebration through us here at Adi Kailasa and all of you who have joined us online, whether two-way or through any of our streaming networks on Facebook, YouTube, etc. With this, we'll close out today's session. If you want to stay tuned for any final words, you may do so. Oh, we have a few announcements. I thought we might have a few announcements. Okay, the first announcement, I'm assuming, is what we just completed. For everybody that's with us online or here in Adi Kailasa, give yourselves a round of applause. That was nerve-wracking, but we did it with plenty of time. We're still relaxing here. We got 3 minutes to go. You know, we ended Shavasana about 10 minutes ago. We have to change the record for most asanas in 51 minutes or something like that, right? No, but seriously, great job for anybody out there that joined us. Again, whether two-way or watching via the live streams, if you stuck with us and this was your first time, nicely done. That is not easy to do. I know it's a lot, but it is an amazing experience, especially if the more and more that you practice it. So very well done, and looking forward to sharing the sequence with all of you moving forward.
We've got you here in Adi Kailasa. Can we adjust her audio for us?
Maximum traditional asanas performed in 1 hour by a group in Asia as well as in India Book of Records. Now, India Book of Records is committed to record making since more than 15 years as on today's date. It is registered with the Government of India. IBR is affiliated to Asia Book
We're
of
still not
Records
getting audio.
and
I don't know if you
follows
can.
Asian Protocol of Records as per the consensus arrived at the meeting of the chief editors of National Record Book, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Asia Book of Records is a platform where the record holders of all major national book of records, including India Book of Records, Vietnam Book of Records, Indochina Book of Records, Laos Book of Records, and Nepal Book of Records, meet to compare, compete, and claim the title of Asia Book of Records holder. Today, Asia Book of Records holds a strong database of more than 40,000 entries. Okay, now it's the time to announce the record for both India as well as Asia Book of Records. The record for performing the maximum traditional asanas in 1 hour was set by SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam of Bengaluru, Karnataka. A total of 30 people participated and they performed 308 traditional asanas, including Sukhasana, Parvatasana, Halipavasana, Nagipava Asana, Kokilasana, Niti Asana, Gaja Asana, and many more other asanas on the International Yoga Day, both online and offline together, as confirmed on June 21, 2022. Thank you so much, and we are happy to congratulate the efforts of Sri Didha Ananda and Swami Nithyananda Paramashivam and the entire team of the ashram. Most importantly, the people who participated in the record attempt for their commendable efforts as well as for a wonderful coordination with India and Asia Book of Records in order to eventualize this record event for contributing to the cause of physical and mental well-being attained through yoga. Thank you so much. Sir, you are on mute. I cannot hear the clappings.
It sounded like you can't hear the clapping, but here in Adi Kailasa, we're ecstatic. Miss Jaspreet, thank you so much for, we're grateful to receive this award, and thank you so much for being here. It was definitely a pleasure to be a part of this special group manifesting this 308 asana sequence thanks to our Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Asanas, the most asanas performed, most traditional asanas performed in 1 hour, and we are not capable of doing this, I'm certain, without the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's blessings, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And it's such a wonderful way to celebrate and experience this International Day of Yoga with you all. For everybody else that's joined us across the world, again, whether via YouTube or Facebook, thank you for being here with us as well. For all of the guests of honors that have joined us here today, honorable guests, we appreciate you for being here. India Book of Records for being here with us. Ms. Jaspreet representing them. And again, the maximum traditional asanas performed in 1 hour by a group. Record for performing the maximum traditional asanas in 1 hour was set by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam of Bengaluru, Karnataka. Let's say Kailasa, how about, okay? A total of 30 people. We had much more than 30 people around the world. Thank you all who joined us and performed this 308 traditional asana sequence, including, yes, Sukhasana, Parvatasana, Halipavasana, Nagipavasana. Those were a long time ago now, but Kokilasana, Netyasana, Gajasana, Rikshasana, Vaisyasana, Balalingasana, Padapinanasana, and many more. On this International Yoga Day, both online and offline together, on this June 21st, 2022, it is confirmed. So again, nicely done, everybody here with us in Adi Kailasa and all over the world. One more round of applause for us all and for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And of course, this was the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. Let's not forget though, today we had 2 sequences released, so if you're feeling like you need a little bit more of a workout, we got another 200 asanas to add on to that in the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, which is the 508 asana sequence. And so if you're new to the Pratama Vinyasa Krama or Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, best way to start is not think about all the asanas that you need to perform. Just jump in and experience it. This is true Hatha Yoga. This is the Shastanga Yoga, the original yoga as originally revealed by Paramashiva in the sacred Agama scriptures. And of course, it wouldn't be the Shastanga Yoga that it is without our Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So thank you again for being here, participating with us all. Looking forward to our next experience on the yoga mat, the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, and more. With this, Nityanandam, may you be eternally blissful.
Now with this magnificent achievement by the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, of creating the record of performing 308 yogasanas within 1 hour, we move to today's grand release, an amazing gift from Kailasa for humanity in the field of yoga. As part of the divine mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, of reviving the authentic science of yoga based on original sacred revelations by Paramashiva in Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and in the process of standardizing the practice of yoga globally and reviving its authenticity and removing all the dilutions and deviations away from the original context of achieving Paramadvaita, that is oneness with Paramashiva. Kailasa announces and inaugurates the International Hindu Compliance System for Health and Yoga. With the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University compiled all the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff in the field of yoga as 75 manuals for the humanity. These manuals, as you all can see projected on your screen, form the health and yoga standards of Hindu compliance, which are based directly from the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We invite the entire global Hindu diaspora and the overall humanity at large to enjoy and benefit from this Hindu compliance standards to make sure they are maintaining highest standards when it comes to health and yoga as per Hinduism.